We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment.
Welcome back to the Stockwell Roche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roche, Remax Advantage Plus.
Jason Light, Envoy Mortgage. John Zeman, Vanquish AP. First segment was great information about mortgage rates, predictions for mortgage rates, and also about what John and Vanquish AP does. Want to chat about apartments and the upcoming stuff like that on new apartments, and also how John and rent and if you could buy a rental property, if now's the time to buy a rental property. Is now the time to buy a rental property,
is it?
Josh? What do you think?
What kind of loan products are out there for an investor that wants to buy?
Excellent question. At the end of the day, when you're looking to buy rentals, one thing to keep in mind is just save, even if you're getting hit with health insurance. But requirements, 25% down generally. 6 months of reserves, cash reserves in some sort of an account.
Source and season.
Yep. It can be retirement. There's going to be a rated value to that, but those are just things. So if you don't have any money, like these first-time home buyers that are getting gifts, they're generally not going to qualify for an investment property. So the biggest thing is just have liquid have cash.
That's so easy. They're said than done, right?
I was wondering where you're going.
Just have cash.
Done.
You know, that would make a lot of things really, really nice and simple. No, but so one thing I've seen that, and maybe Josh, you've seen it too, is that the best or one of the easy ways to become a landlord, and if you want to be, is let's say you are a move-up buyer, or you bought your first home, or you're getting married, and you each have one of you has a townhome, one of you has a house. Have one of them or both of them be rentals. If you've been paying them down, and you don't need the money from one of them, maybe you save it, and now you have a second investment that you can actually depreciate, you can actually have as a rental, and that might be one kind of entry way to get in without actually going out there and having to save up, $20,000, put it down on a property to buy it, or $30,000. Who knows? 25% on $200,000 is $50,000. So.
Well, that's generally what I see too. Is those move-up buyers? They can't sell it. Some of them can't sell it because they're upside down on it, or they're right there at the edge. Right there at the edge. So what they'll do is they'll rent it out and move out to a more upscale home for their family or for their kids or whatever. But that's generally what we see.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yep.
And then what I also see is, there's LLCs out there that have partners involved, and everybody pitches in, and they're going out and buying properties as a partnership. Yep. And that's cash. Most of those are cash, or they're buying it with business credit. And I've seen that too, where they're getting financing with the business instead of that's more of a commercial type loan, and getting financing that way. So there's different ways that you can do it. Yep. Contract for deeds. All kinds of different things.
If you have equity, you can take a line of credit. If you're a first-time buyer, I'll coach people all the time that are like, I want to get into investing. Take a look at duplexes or 4 units and buy it as a primary and rent the other 2 or 3 out.
That's an easy way to do it. Buy a duplex.
Many times.
It's a wonderful way to do it because you're instantly got a tenant and they're paying half to 3/4, sometimes 100% of your
sometimes you're living for free on that.
And it puts you into a position to accrue the cash I'm talking about, and you can expand from there.
Right. Or instead of having you can always reach out to who? The parents, the rents. Say, hey,
the rents.
Loan me some money. I want this small $1 million loan like Donald Trump got, right? And just say, hey, let me start out my business with this small family loan, and we can make it happen. So I see that happen too, actually, where the 25% does come from maybe a parent or someone to help out. And then, of course, there's terms and, just to help the person get into investment property. If that's not available, if you're not Trump or if you're not someone like Trump or Josh.
You can just get $1 million. Josh.
Then you go and you find ways to do it. There's free-flowing money everywhere, people, right now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy where you can get money from anywhere you want, and you can find ways to do it. So call us and reach out if you have questions about that. 651-400-0773, 651-400-0773. Go to tcrealestatehour.com. Check out resources there. You'll see more on John and Jason there. And also Facebook, Stockwell Roche Show. We have our YouTube channels. We're on there, and you can see John's hat. I love it, actually.
It's actually a
I'm
cool
surprised. I'm a client. I don't have one.
Right.
We're getting we're doing a bunch of jackets and a bunch of hats here coming up for Christmas, I think.
Oh,
So
nice.
you might
So,
be
all
you
right,
might be
all
getting
right.
some in the
So
mail soon.
you're giving those all out to the tenants, or every tenant, right?
We were thinking clients. Yeah, we have probably a little bit too many tenants. That might take a little hit on the bottom line there if we did tenants. But yeah, for the owners. So you might want to look in your mail here coming up soon in the next month or so.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So
Hey, do you want to talk about the game that we have coming up with what we did on the radio last week?
Oh, the game?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit about that? About the Wild game?
The Wild game, yeah. Call 651-400-0773. And
Jason and I don't have any friends, so what we were doing is we're throwing a little contest where if you call in,
and you just say, hey, go Wild. Or you could ask a question.
Just
You
anything.
could do anything. You
we're
could-
going to have a drawing and we're going to invite 2 people with us to the suite to the Wild game.
Should I
Yep.
call now? Right
Yeah,
now?
you want to call now?
It's ringing. 651-400-0773. 651-400-0773. It's fun.
It's
and
a lot of
sweet.
fun.
It's a great time, and we have a lot of fun. Apartments. I'm driving around a lot all the time in real estate. That's what we do. We're on the car a lot, and I see buildings going up all over downtown, suburbs, pretty much. I'd say most of the especially Minneapolis, St. Paul, first ring suburbs, even outside of that second ring and out is getting apartments.
Even condos turning into apartments.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they're taking
yeah.
condos and turning them back into apartments.
That's just crazy.
Maybe I'll ask John Zeman about this, but there's some information here that says Doran gets green light for West Metro apartment project. There's almost news like this every other day of some developer getting an apartment project. A Lattice downtown. We had Bob Lux on the show. He's the owner of a Lattice. They are going to do a 40-story luxury tower. It's either going to be condos or apartments. They're leaning towards condos, but it's platted for condos or apartments. I mean, massive. They just did Latitude 45. Bob did wonderful. I got a tour from Bob. Phenomenal. It's right on Washington, across from the depot, and amazing amenities. Beautiful building. Latitude 45. The location they've got. Burnett's got Brian.
East Side.
Ryan Burnett's got a restaurant below there. Yeah.
East Side, I believe.
Yeah.
It's called.
It's amazing. That if you're a young professional, that's a place to be. I mean, you're central and you got a lot of amenities in there, and it's like a hotel. I told Bob, I said, this is like staying somewhere you're not living here. You're staying at a place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a barista. They have a place to have your dog go to the bathroom outside where it's heated, so the snow doesn't build up.
Wow.
On like the 3rd or 4th or 5th floor, I can't remember. There's pools outside. There's grills. There's indoors. I mean, it's amazing. Check it out. Check out Latitude
I have to go
45.
check it
Yeah,
out.
I just took a tour of that place last week too.
Did you really?
I'm thinking about moving there.
Really?
Actually, yeah. So I had a leasing agent bring me through the whole place, and you're right. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is.
I mean,
the
it's
entryway
gorgeous.
you walk in the entryway and you feel like you're kind of, I don't want to say Vegas, but you feel like you're coming into somewhere really cool. You know what I mean?
Like a vacation resort.
Yes. And you're right on Washington Ave. I
Yeah.
mean, you're right there. I mean, but yeah, that's awesome. So you toured it?
Yeah, I did the full tour, so I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah,
Bocce ball up there, the pool area, the
You
grills,
got stainless steel grills there. You can grill for everyone if you want on a hot
yeah,
summer
nice
day.
patio or nice balconies for a lot of the apartments. I mean, just really, really cool.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I should turn my house into a rental and go there.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, wait. You and I, Jason, do not have that ability right now. You have 4 kids, young. I have 3. We're not going to be moving to an apartment downtown
No
anytime
kidding.
soon. But
I can.
Josh
you
can.
go.
I'm looking it up
Josh
right now.
and Josh and John.
You know,
can.
I was looking at a 2-bedroom if you want to do.
Really? Yeah. I think it's $250 a square foot they rent for, and they're already over a third. My understanding is a third leased out on 300 plus units, and they have over 100 already leased out. But what are you seeing, John, with that? I wanted to get your take on apartments. Do you work with? I know a lot of these have, if they're brand new, they have in-house leasing agents started out. But how are you, or what are you seeing maybe on the 4-plexes, 8-plexes, and stuff like that?
Basically, I see that I don't think that the higher end apartments that are going up have as much as effect as, like, say, a 4-plex in Northeast, just because the price points are different. You know
What do you mean?
can
And
still-
as much of an effect on what?
I'm just talking about leasing in general for kind of the properties that we deal with. We don't deal with a ton of like new construction.
Yeah.
It's 10-year-old buildings, 20-year-old buildings, and the price points are just different. So we have a lot of clients that are buying up in Northeast and things like that, which is great. They see that as an opportunity still, and leasing has not been a problem for us to lease those out. You can still get a decent 2-bedroom in Northeast in a fourplex for $1,000.
Really?
And you're looking at what, $2,500 for a new construction in downtown area, something like that.
Yep.
22, 23, $2,500. So that part hasn't been affected too much yet with kind of the rentals that we do. So you can still buy a rental and you can still find renters for it. There's still stock for that.
I've seen, and Josh, when you watch the MLS and when we're working with clients and we put on a multifamily or put something on, they sell quick, dude.
They do fast. They go fast.
We have an 8-unit right now on West 7th in St. Paul. So, when you're going towards the Excel, towards the Wild, or towards to watch the Wild, or when we maybe we'll drive by it. We'll take you by it if you call 651-400-0773. But there's an 8-unit that sits there on its own block. It's got its own triangular block. And we have that for sale right now, and 8 units, all rented with long-term people, and it's got lots of interest. It's only been on a week, but that's a good one. But when the duplexes come on in Northeast or fourplexes, they're selling to investors right quick, and then they're hiring you or calling you to say, hey, and you're leasing them out. What I mean?
Yeah, well, we lease them out within the month.
Basically.
Really,
right? I mean,
it's pretty much right away. Yeah, it's not. It's maybe 3. I think. I guess I could look what our average is, but I think right now in Northeast we're somewhere right around 3 weeks.
Really? That's impressive.
To get something turned around.
Northeast is a transitional area, I think, where it's starting to really, in the 5 years, same with North Minneapolis, and in 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a lot of money being put in there and a lot of change and a lot of change through money, through people moving there because of the proximity, which is too close. So. Great stuff. So apartments. So check out Latitude 45, and we'll be back in a few. Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh O'Shea, Remax Advantage Plus.
Jason Light Envoy Mortgage.
John Zeman, Vanquish AP.
Yes.
We got them all. Got them all in. Come back.